Ever since I was a young boy, I've always been a fan of Maserati. Perhaps it's something to do with that wonderful trident badge on the front of them. Although some might think Maserati is the poor relation of its more illustrious cousin, Ferrari, I've never felt that. They're just different. Both Italian, both exquisitely engineered, but each with its own very distinct character. Over the years, I've been privileged to have driven, even owned, some of the most exciting Maserati Grand Prix and sports cars in the March history. And now, I want to share some of my favourites with you.
Originally there were 6 Maserati brothers. Carlo, the eldest, died far too young in 1910, and Mario became a painter. The 4 remaining brothers, Alfieri, Ernesto, Ettore and Bindo, were all crazy about mechanical things. They really wanted to go motor racing. In 1925, Alfieri designed and built a 2-litre car for Diatto. It was a Grand Prix car with a straight-8 supercharged 2-litre engine. When Diatto went broke, the Maserati brothers took over the project. It became the first ever Maserati Grand Prix car, the Tipo 26, for 1926. This is a later model. It's in fact a 1928 car that was rebuilt in 1930, sold to Whitney Straight in England, took out the Maserati gearbox, fitted a pre-selector box, and went racing just about everywhere he could in it. I've known this car for a long time. I first saw it in South Africa some 25 years ago. This is the first time I've driven it, and as it's nice and warm, I think I'll drive it first and then tell you a bit more about it.
As an Alfa Romeo, but very positive nonetheless.
What a magnificent machine this is! The Maserati brothers did a great job with their Grand Prix cars. They're always pushed for money, of course. That's why they're in the business of selling cars to private entrants. The great thing about these Maseratis is they're all tool-room built. You have to have a look under here. There is that glorious straight-8 engine. Single plug per cylinder, twin overhead camshaft. The supercharger's out the front there with an early Weber carburetor. That's got a Vertex magneto. There's its bronze steering box. And have a look in here. This is where you have to drive it. Little cast pedals, and you need small feet to get on them. And there's the pre-selector gearbox in there that was fitted by Whitney Straight. He didn't like Maserati's crash gearbox, so he fitted that pre-selector where you select the gear you want, and all you have to do then is punch the clutch pedal to get the gear you want. That's why this car was so successful in hill climbs. When Maserati brothers set up their business in Bologna, they adopted the Maserati city sign, which was Neptune's trident. They had a rectangular badge that was made out of a piece of rolled solid silver, and that trident was impressed onto that badge. It was very sad. In 1932, Alfieri died of wounds that he'd incurred whilst motor racing, and the three remaining brothers were really in some trouble then, but they kept going during the 1930s, producing, I believe, some of the most desirable and attractive Grand Prix and voiturette and sports cars ever built. There's very few of them, sadly, have survived. But if you ever get the opportunity to drive one, believe me, you must take it.